The hour is upon us again. Welcome to Sunday Rendezvous. November 11th, 2023, date for the off-cycle governorship elections in Imo, Bayelsa and Kogi states has come and gone. While we are waiting for the outcome of this election in some states, we have a report on the general ambience of the election in one of the states. But in every competition, there must be a winner and a loser. In other news, Governor Peter Mba receives the Minister of Sports and that of Works and Infrastructure. You will hear the outcome of that meeting. And in Rendezvous proper, we have lined up heartwarming stories that will interest you. It's a bumper package if you ask me. Good evening, and I'm glad you could join us. Do not forget that you can watch us live on our YouTube channel at NTA Enugu. We begin with the hard news segment. Against the expectations of many, the 2023 Imo State's off-cycle governorship election has come and gone without recording major challenges. Kingsley Ononiwu reports that the electoral exercise, however, recorded minor setbacks in some polling centers across the state.
The Imo State off-season governorship poll was generally peaceful in most of the polling centers visited by NTN's crew in the 3 senatorial districts and 27 local government areas of the state, as INEC officials, voters, and security agents conducted themselves in most acceptable manners. Another success story of the election is that both the accreditation and voting exercise was smooth and hitch-free, unlike what was observed in the previous elections in the state. This positive development earned the nation's electoral umpire the voters' commendation.
INEC was perfect. There was no issues. The whole materials, everything was intact.
The INEC should be given a thumbs up. You can see, if you listen very well, you will see that there are no conflicts here and there.
And I'm quite satisfied that everybody who's come here to vote has had an opportunity to vote.
I want Imo to progress. Better things come for Imo State because we are suffering.
Everything went peacefully. People came in, they voted, they were very happy. There was no problem at all, so I'm very happy and very pleased.
The off-cycle governorship election, however, failed the expectations of the electorate over late arrival of INEC officials and materials in some rural areas of the state. Another ugly narratives trailing the conduct of the election was low turnout of voters that generally greeted the exercise in most polling units as against the official recorded number of registered voters in those places, as well as the alleged buying of votes by some political parties. In Owerri, Kingsley Ononiwu, NTA News.
Sports has been identified as a valuable tool for economic development and social integration. Governor Peter Mba said this when he received the Minister of Youth and Sports, John Owan Eno, in his office. Chika Ugu reports.
Future of any nation is dependent on the youths. This is why countries all over the world invest in youth development and sports, among other human endeavors. The meeting between the Enugu State Governor and the Minister of Sports is to explore areas of investment in sports development to engage youths meaningfully. It is in realization of this objective that the Enugu State government is collaborating with the Ministry of Sports to organize a sports summit and festival which is scheduled to hold next year. The summit, according to the governor, is to discover new talents in various sporting activities and also attract investors.
We see sports beyond recreation. We see sports as a revenue generation sector, right? And that's essentially what we have designed a lot of our policies and programs around. We're interested in improving our infrastructure, our sports infrastructure. And we're just, sometime next year, we're going to be hosting a sports summit.
Minister of Youth and Sports, John Owan Eno, explained that his ministry is delving into grassroots sports to grow young talents. He explained that the ministry has 6 zonal offices across the country, with Enugu State as the headquarters of the Southeast Zone. The minister said his visit is to inspect the zonal office and to solicit partnership with the state governments to improve sports.
Sports has worked in several other countries, and sports can work in Nigeria, and sports should work in Nigeria, and that sports should be able to make a meaningful contribution to not just Nigeria's GDP, but to the GDP of Enugu State. And that the pathway to that would not be to continue to treat sports the way it has often been treated, as leisure and as relaxation and recreation. While not advocating that we lose the essential ingredients of this, I think that sports is much more than that.
The minister commended the Enugu state government for rehabilitating the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium and urged other state governments to take a cue from the state to create a conducive environment for sports to thrive. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
The federal government has finalized plans to commence the reconstruction of the collapsed bridge at the new artisan axis of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, made this known when he revisited the site with the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, to identify areas of quick interventions. Again, Chika Ugu reports.
After several inspections carried out on the collapsed bridge by both the federal and state governments, the minister announced that repair works will commence on the standing side of the bridge on Friday 10 November to ease the pain of road users. He disclosed that contractors have been duly mobilized to fix the bridge along Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway and the one at Emene as provided for in the 2023 supplementary appropriation.
And so he's always supporting Mr. President. And that's why Mr. President said we should come. The very day this thing happened and the governor was here, he asked me to go and see the governor and initiate action immediately. And so that's what we're doing. In the next 10 days, I'm sure that we will reinforce this bridge and we'll start to use it.
The state governor, Peter Mba, applauded the federal government for the quick intervention on the collapsed bridge and assured that the state government will provide necessary support to ensure speedy completion of work on the two bridges.
The last time we came here, the minister was also here to inspect and to identify areas of quick intervention. And I'm happy now to announce to you that the minister has come here to inform us again that work is going to commence here, and then effectively around the middle of next month the full work on the both lanes of the bridge would commence.
Fortification of the standing bridge is expected to be completed on November 20, after which reconstruction work will commence on the collapsed bridge. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
And we are not yet done with Chika Ugu's report. This time around, she says that the Enugu state government has warned those erecting illegal structures on waterways in the state to desist from such or be made to face the full wrath of the law. This was part of resolutions reached at the State Executive Council meeting presided over by Governor Peter Mba.
The Commissioner for Special Duties, Emeka Ajobu, and his Works and Infrastructure counterpart, Gerald Otiji, described as worrisome the attitude of people building on waterways despite repeated warnings by the State Capital Territory Development Agency. The Commissioner said the state government will not relent on its commitment to protecting the lives of the people against human-induced and natural disasters. They hinted that the Transekulu Bridge and Ababa Junction, Opi-Nsuka roads will soon be dualized and structures around the river demolished.
The encroachment into our waterways, that water is already creating a different channel from what Ekuru River used to be. And all the buildings around those areas are already being threatened. So government is very, very mindful of the dangers ahead and making arrangements through the relevant agencies like the Capital Territory, Ministry of Works, to stem the tide of this incessant building on the waterway. building is marked, then you may have to, or you should have to start evacuation, because we need the right of way to build those roads.
The council also approved a draft bill for a law to review the Enugu State Emergency Management Agency law to provide for the establishment of local emergency management agency, LEMA. The bill, they said, will be sent to the State House of Assembly for consideration and onward passage into law. Commissioner for Transport, Obiozo, said the state government is adopting successful strategies as adopted in different parts of the world in boosting transportation and logistics to make them become key drivers for increasing the state's GDP. He explained that the Phase 1 project starts with 4 terminals, which will have bus stops with labels for free movement of the new BRT buses coming into the state soon.
It is blessed by being positioned strategically where we are the gateway from the northeast to the north central to the southeast and the south-south. And His Excellency's vision is to leverage on that to really become the economic heartbeat and the logistics hub that will power all these different regions. What you will see in the next few months is that this logistics hub will be able to allow farmers to earn more by viably exporting their products from our Ubola Inland Container Terminal all the way to any part of the world.
The commissioners explained that these measures are aimed at making Enugu State a business hub and conducive for living. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
The Director of Culture and Cultural Dialogue, Godfrey Okoye University, Enugu, Dr. Ferdinand Danikwe, says a marathon is part of activities lined up for the 11th convocation of this university. He was speaking when he led a delegation from the university on a courtesy visit to the management of the NTA Enugu Network Center. The pivotal role the NTA plays in information dissemination with its wide reach, balanced and objective reportage are part of the reasons why this delegation from the Godfrey Okoye University, led by its Director of Culture, came to meet with the management of the NTA Enugu Network Center to intimate them about the events lined up for the university's 11th convocation and solicit their partnership in the area of coverage. The ceremony, which will begin with a Holy Mass on Sunday 12th November, will on Tuesday the 14th of November feature a marathon from Godfrey Okoye University Enugu to its permanent site at Ugwomunike.
Because we know that NTA is not only pivotal, but very important in disseminating the news, not just within Nigeria. NTA goes around the entire continent.
Last year it was first winner was 1 million, and then down the line. But this time around, since it's an internal affair, the fee is reduced 500 for position male and female, and 300,000 male and female. 100,000 male and female. Then from 6th position to 20th position, 10,000 for you to partner with us. It's a very, very good event for the youths. Forgetting about the financial aspects.
Have forest guards, MOT forest guards lined up along the road to make sure that if you have any problem, they put you in a nearby ambulance so there will be no casualty.
We also have the following day, being the 16th, we will have parents forum, and we also have activity on the 15th, which is another lecture.
Zonal Director, NTA Enugu Network Center, Mwadi Elobike, appreciated the delegation for recognizing NTA's prime position in the broadcast industry, pledging NTA's support and partnership to ensure successful dissemination of the lined-up activities.
Godfrey Okoye University is a foremost private university, not only in the southeast, but Nigeria. We are eager, we look forward to that marathon. I hope to be there.
Godfrey Okoye University also runs a nanny program where caregivers are trained. in Enugu, Chile. Take a break here. Sunday Rendezvous. We'll be right back this day. Welcome back. Lately, it seems that celebrities staying in marriage is more newsworthy than celebrities getting married. Our correspondent Vivian Kewe in this report takes a look at celebrities and their marriages.
Seemingly eye-popping perfect unions with the accompanying razzle-dazzle. From high-profile red carpets to extravagant weddings, celebrity marriages captivate the collective imagination.
Marriage is to grow in wisdom and understanding with not just my husband, but with my husband's family.
Beyond this facade lies ominous darkness.
When you're acting, it's make-believe. They will see you in a big house, riding big cars, the way you dress, not knowing that all those things are not yours. Some will have the mindset that, man, this babe is rich, or this guy is rich, coming, but not knowing that sometimes you see us snap and post on social media while we're on set. You see me riding a car on social media. It's a car rented for that movie, but you might not know. So when that person comes in expecting to see those things and he's not there, he will think that, man, I don't enter one chance. The person will start behaving somehow, and that's when the problem will start, and it happens in other places.
Exposure posits a veritable source of jealousy, leading to growing fear of infidelity and the ever-buzzing paparazzi on standby to make the rounds.
Sometimes they take pictures of you when you are on set. They take it and they send it, and it's like they caught you somewhere. They won't let people know again that these pictures were actually taken while you were acting.
It is perceived that insecurity also plays a pivotal role in marriage cracks.
If you're earning 10,000, let me know. I know children will come in at the end of the day, but I have to prepare myself if I want that relationship. If you're giving me money to cook, I even add my own to cook. I will not be bothered. But when you lie to someone because of marriage, man, it doesn't last. It's not about celebrities, it's everywhere.
The dynamics of trust can be delicate and highly sensitive.
Where we shoot, there are so many people. This is make-believe. The things are not real, and we try to make people see that it is real. So your husband may think that you really did something like that, so they start getting jealous, or your wife may say you really hugged that lady too tight and you did that. But you are doing it for the sake of the job, to make it come out fine.
Despite the glitz and glamour, celebrity couples must strive to unravel the complexities of the union. Trust should be the watchword.
Indeed, it's not really easy to be a celebrity because all eyes will be on you to always know what you do at all times. The potential threat of begging to Nigerians is obvious in its negative implications to socio-economic and environmental survival of the country, as majority of its children and youths are not given formal education, nor do they have skills. This is a situation concerned individuals allege is a challenge facing the country. Comfort Time tells us more.
You talk, I will give you money. If I talk, I don't finish, I will give you money. You can't see this money, make guys. Count them. You get them today. This money you get them today?
Yes.
From all indications, street begging has become a booming family business in Nigeria without a startup capital. Majority who are said to be professionals have been in the business for decades, and this is not peculiar to Enugu State, where you see migrants. As they increase and multiply, the beggars alongside children are already gathered in their designated locations as early as 5 o'clock in the morning till evening to beg for alms. The popular Ogbete main market entrance and exit gate is one of their favorable spots. Some are nursing mothers and others have adolescent children whom they usually force to run after passengers for alms.
Woman open the gate, they give them food. They follow the other side and collect the woman the food. Some of them no be beg when they come to beg, they just come to stay there. Even some we no get even injured for body. Though they big.
Then they disturb us very well. And if you sample your market like this, they go fix your market.
Concerned individuals alleged that these beggars have organizations that sponsor their activities and wonder where they retire after their daily business.
There is a woman I encourage that she should leave begging to come and join me and sell balloon. And they now ask me if I reach where I'm living, I will tell people that it's balloon that I'm selling.
Meanwhile, barely 1 month after the evacuation exercise by the state government, the beggars seem to have disappeared from other designated spots and rather relocated to join those along Ogbete main market area.
I hope the relevant authorities are watching so they can do something about this situation. Well, we are at the point where we will call it a day on this week's edition of Sunday Rendezvous. Keep a date with us next Sunday, God willing, for another interesting package. Thank you so much for your time. Good night and God bless.